Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The topic today will be on accounting for sukuk, and the coverage for this particular topic will be on the recognition, measurement, subsequent measurement, and accounting required for sukuk investment. Sukuk investment can be divided into debt type as well as other investment. And according to FAS number 33, the sukuk can be recognized depending on the type of the investment, whether it is debt type or other investment. Okay, under debt type, there are two categories. One is monetary debt type. The other one is non-monetary debt type. For monetary debt type, recognition will be done at acquisition date, whereas the initial measurement will be at fair value through income statement or at fair value through equity, depending on the contract. And for non-monetary investment, recognition is still at acquisition date, but for this particular debt type, the initial measurement can be any of the three. It can be at amortized cost if it is hold until maturity, or it can be at fair value through income statement, and the last one, fair value through equity. For other investment, the manner in which it is recognized and the initial measurement supposed to be is similar to the non-monetary debt type. For subsequent measurement, one will be relying on the manner in which the initial measurement has been done. If the initial measurement is based on fair value income statement, then subsequent measurement will be based on the fair value income statement. If it is fair value through equity, then it will be based on fair value equity. Okay, so for amortized cost, the remeasurement will be done using effective profit rate method. And the gain and loss will be transferred or will be recognized to income statement. Whereas at each financial reporting period, the asset, okay, or the investment need to be tested. Asset at fair value income statement or investment at fair value income statement will be remeasured at fair value at each reporting period. Gain or profit, okay, gain or loss between carrying amount and the fair value will be recognized in the income statement. For fair value through equity, remeasure at fair value. Gain and loss will be recognized in the equity into an account known investment fair value reserve. For investment carried at cost, then it depends whether there is a reliable measure for the value. If there is no reliable measure for the value for this investment carried at cost, then the cost will be considered as suitable to be measure of fair value. If it can be reliably measured, then the fair value will be reported. Okay, let us use a question to illustrate the manner in which recognition, measurement, remeasurement, and accounting for sukuk will be recorded. Okay, this is an example to Adenin Islamic Bank, which make an investment in Barakah Ilm Bank for two types of sukuk. One is mudarabah sukuk, the other one is ijarah sukuk. And this is the detail for the investment. Okay, acquisition price, quantity of shares, maturity date. The acquisition price is 5 ringgit for mudarabah sukuk, and for ijarah sukuk is 2 ringgit. So you have another information that maturity for the mudarabah is at 31st December 2020, whereas ijarah sukuk is at 30th September 2022. And there are various prices, okay, given. Okay, one is price as at 31st December, so this is the market price as at 31st December. Whereas for the ijarah sukuk, okay, the price as 31st December is 5 ringgit, and price for the mudarabah sukuk as at 31st December 2020 is 750, and 5 ringgit for ijarah sukuk, meaning there is no change in ijarah sukuk price from December 2019 to December 2020. Okay, but there are changes in the market price for the mudarabah sukuk. What next? Okay, the additional information for this is that Mudharabah Sukuk is meant for buying and selling. So this is more to fair value through income statement, while Ijarah Sukuk is an investment which we behold until maturity. Now, there is a need for you to prepare journal entry as per year 2015, 2019, and 20. 2015 is recognition for the investment in Sukuk. There are changes in value for the Sukuk in year 2019 and 2020. So how we are going to record it. Okay, you are given information on the fair value reserve account opening balance as at 2019, and definitely this will be affected by the changes arises from the above transactions. So let us have a look at the journal entry. What journal entry that you are supposed to prepare? Okay, first is to recognize the investment, okay, on the date of acquisition, okay, on the 1st January 2015. Okay, there is investment in security Mudharabah Sukuk 1.2 million at price of 5 ringgit each. So investment in security Mudharabah Sukuk debited, credited to the bank account. The value is 6 million. The same thing goes with investment in security Ijarah Sukuk. The price is 2 ringgit and the units is 10 million. Therefore, in total, it's actually 20 million paid by Adin Islamic Bank. Since there is no information with regard to the changes in the value since 2015 till 2019, so there is no adjustment need to be made into the profit and loss or to the equity with regard to that changes. However, there are changes in the value of investment in security Mudharabah Sukuk and Ijarah Sukuk for the year 2019. Okay, for year 2019, okay, there is an increase in value for the Mudharabah Sukuk, okay, from the original recognized price 5 ringgit to the end of the financial year where the price is 8 ringgit. So the profit, okay, or the gain from this, the increase, is going to be recognized into the profit and loss account or income statement. So the journal entry will be debit investment in security Mudharabah Sukuk and credited to profit and loss. And the profit and loss will then be transferred to investment fair value reserve, the same amount, 3.6 million. Since this is at financial year end report, like a reporting period, so there must be adjustment to the investment fair value reserve for the apportionment of the reserve to be distributed to the shareholders and depositors. Adin Bank has the policy of 40% of the investment fair value reserve will be transferred, will be distributed. Therefore, the balance in the fair value reserve, 40%, will be taken out and to be appropriated for the distribution. For year 2020, the security in Mudharabah Sukuk matured. So definitely this will have an implication to the accounting record. So how it need to be recorded? So the value for that share decreased from the earlier period, which is year 2019, 8 ringgit to 750. So there is a decrease in the value for 50 cents. So investment in security Mudharabah Sukuk balance is 9.6 million, whereas the cash received, okay, from the investment in security Mudharabah Sukuk is only 7 ringgit and 50 cents multiplied by the 1.2 million. So that will give total of 9 million. The difference from the investment security fair value and the receive cash, okay, and will be recognized as reduction in the fair value of the security Mudharabah Sukuk, which is actually 50 cents multiplied by 1.2 million, okay, end up with 600,000. And this 600,000 profit and loss, okay, it will be debited, okay, debit cash, debit profit and loss, credit investment, and then investment fair value reserve account will be created and profit and loss will be closed. Okay, so transfer of profit and loss into investment fair value reserve, but now this is at the debit side, meaning it will cause a reduction in the fair value reserve account. And similar to the previous year, the company or Ad-Din Islamic Bank need to apportion the 40% of the reserve to the shareholders and depositors. So another journal entry will be used to implement the policy. So that will give you debit investment in fair value reserve total 1704 and credit appropriation profit and loss 1.04 million. And how do I get that? Okay, let us visualize the effect of the above transaction in the investment fair value reserve. Okay, from the journal entry which affecting investment fair value reserve, this is how it looks like. So the same thing goes how the appropriation account was calculated based on the balance of 486 million, okay, 4.86 million minus 600,000. So the remaining balance is 4.260 million, okay, multiplied by the agreed percentage in Islamic Bank willing to pay the shareholders and the uh, depositors. Okay, so that will give you an appropriation account of 4260 million, 4.260 million multiplied by 40%. That will give appropriation of profit of 1.704 million. Okay, so this is the illustration on how the recognition, measurement, and remeasurement will affect the accounting for Sukuk and how it can be recorded into the financial statement. So stay tuned, and we are going to look at the how this information can be disclosed in the accounting record.